This is a preview and prediction video for UFC 310. It's a stat card, so let's get right into it. First fight, heavyweight, Kennedy Nzechukwu against Lucas Brzeski. A lot of people, they're not really interested in this fight, but actually I'm looking forward to this fight because this is Kennedy Nzechukwu's second appearance at heavyweight. And Lucas Brzeski is not the heaviest hitter in the heavyweight division. So I think this gives him a chance to adapt and grow more into the UFC heavyweight division. I like his backstory as well, how his mom was the first one to take him to train martial arts and how he took care of her when she was sick for many years, etc. So his story is very inspirational. In this fight, I picked Kennedy Nzechukwu, and I look forward to his development in the heavyweight division. Next fight is Chase Hooper versus Clay Guida at lightweight. They actually fought at Fury Grappling in 2022 with Chase Hooper submitting Clay Guida. So I think for this fight, I picked Chase Hooper again. He's younger and he's getting better with each fight. So I see him possibly finishing Clay Guida again. Next fight, welterweight, Max Griffin versus Michael Chiesa. In this fight, I go for Max Griffin because I think he's been doing well for a while, and finally he gets a big name in the welterweight division. So I see Max Griffin takes this one by decision. And next one at flyweight is Joshua Van versus Cody Durden. Joshua Van is very explosive and he has very good combination and knockout power as well. But I think this fight will go for Cody Durden. I think he will be able to grind out a decision with his wrestling and also his toughness. So go for Cody Durden. And next fight is in the middleweight division, former champion Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. This fight was originally scheduled for UFC 309, but then Eric Anders was sick, so they postponed it to UFC 310. Now it's a catch weight, which is good. So both guys, they all need to cut weight again. I think this fight, I will pick Chris Weidman because he has more championship experience. And overall, I think he has more experience than Eric Anders. So I go for Chris Weidman. Next fight is at the welterweight division. We have Brian Battle versus Randy Brown. And this is a tough one to pick. You know what I'm saying? Originally, actually, I picked Brian Battle to win because I think after he cut down to welterweight, he really put everything together. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna pick Brian Battle, but after I seen the weigh-in show this morning, the ceremonial weigh-in, Brian Battle actually came in heavy for this one. He is 175 pounds. So actually now I think I'll go for Randy Brown because I think if he didn't cut the weight, maybe it's because he has an injury or something. So I'll probably go for Randy Brown in this fight. Next fight at welterweight, Vicente Luque versus Themba Gorimbo. I think this fight will go for Vicente Luque. He has more experience and he has fought against higher level competition. I know Themba, he's really on the rise, but I think Luque should be able to pull out a win here, possibly by decision. Next one is at featherweight, Aljamain Sterling versus Movsar Evloev. And I think I would go with Aljo in this fight because he has more experience in big fights. I think after his first fight with Calvin Kattar, which he won, I think now he's gradually getting comfortable in the featherweight division. So I see Aljo by unanimous decision. Possibly he can make a title run in the featherweight division. Next fight is at the light heavyweight division, Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Lionheart Smith. Actually, I like both guys, and Dominic Reyes won the last fight versus Dustin Jacoby, who I think is actually a teammate of Anthony Smith. So I think now he has momentum on his side, and he's regained his confidence as well. So I think this fight, I will go with Dominic Reyes. Probably by decision or maybe a late stoppage. Next fight is the main card opener between Nate Landwehr, Nate the Train versus Korean Superboy Do Ho Choi. Korean Superboy, I think he also improved a lot after beginning to train with the Korean Zombie. So now he's not only looking for the knockout, he's much more well-rounded now. But Nate the Train, he's just a tough guy to beat, and he has beaten a lot of good fighters and put on exciting fights. So this fight, I think, unless Superboy can catch him early, I'll have to go with Nate the Train to grind out a decision or a late stoppage. Next is Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie in the featherweight division. Actually, even though he's coming off a bad knockout loss, Bryce Mitchell has only lost to really top tier level competition like Josh Emmett and Ilia Topuria. It has beaten everyone since he won the tough competition. And Kron Gracie, he hasn't really had that many MMA fights. So I think Bryce Mitchell has more experience and have more UFC fight experience, even though Kron is super tough. But in an MMA fight, I have to pick Bryce Mitchell. The next fight is a heavyweight, Alexander Volkov versus Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane has been out of action for almost over a year. He has some canceled fights, and he was filming the Netflix show The Cage. So he's been out for a while Alexander Volkov is active and he has a lot of momentum on his side, especially he has 4 wins in a row against guys like Tai Tuivasa, Jairzinho Rosenstrike, and Sergey Pavlovich. So he's on the roll. I think in this fight, I will pick Alexander Volkov. Next fight is the co-main event, Ian Machado Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. And I think it's a pity that Shavkat lost his title shot due to Bilal getting injured, but he also showed that he's a warrior by staying on the card and fighting anyone that's willing to step on to fight him. And also give Ian Gary a lot of credit as well. He was supposed to fight Joaquin Buckley next week, but he was willing to step up on short notice to face Shavkat in this co-main event. I wish this was for like the interim belt, but kudos to both guys for stepping up and facing each other. It's a tough pick, but I will probably go for Shavkat by decision. And finally, the main event, Kai Asakura challenges Alexandre Pantoja in his debut and challenge for the flyweight title. Kai is a dynamic striker and very exciting fighter, but I think sometimes you do need some time to adapt and kind of grow into the UFC. We have seen past champions like Jan Blachowicz. He also took some time to really get comfortable in the UFC, and he won his title later. So I think this will be a learning experience for Kai. But in this fight, I will have to pick Alexandre Pantoja because he has more fight experience. He has more championship experience in the UFC. Well, that's all for this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.